Hello and welcome to the Temple of Tomes with your host, Indie Comics Jones. Today is October 27th, 2021. This is episode 20. No, I'm sorry, 439. Okay, I'm just a little discombobulated. I finished this last night, so I'll talk about it in a second. Just want to say that I am in the midst of my move. I'll show you what my studio looks like right now. It is a mess. Slow pan here. Not low pan, from Big Trouble in Little China, slow pan. So things are kind of everywhere. Yeah, it's kind of a mess. Yesterday it was actually much worse, so I've done a lot of work cleaning this up. And like I said, I sold, or I guess it's out on consignment, my drawing board. So I'm using my portable drawing board right now, and you can see it's right here. It hides my legs pretty well. There you go. All right, so we're going to take a look at blankets today. This is a huge graphic novel. Let me show you how big it is. A thick spine, about probably 1.75 inches. You can, my hand's pretty big, so you can kind of tell that this is a good-sized tome. It is autobiographical. It is a graphic novel, so we can talk about it on this show. Ta-da! This is a recommend. I didn't absolutely love it, but I can tell the guy put a lot of work into it. That's Craig Thompson here, writer, artist on this book. The art is really good. I've read like 3 autobiographical, you know what I'm talking about, graphic novels this year. One from Alan Tomani or Adrian Tomani. The other one was Scott McEwen. Scott McCloud, I'm sorry. The guy that does Understanding Comics. Both of those were drawn very well. You know what? All 3 of these have a similar kind of underlying theme about their childhood, how it was tough growing up. They weren't accepted. They had some weird stuff going on. They were bullied. But I gotta say that I think every kid that wasn't maybe the 3 to 7 kids that were the bully in the school got bullied. So whether they were getting bullied because, and that's what made them become a comic artist, or because they were a comic, they liked to draw, they were bullied because of that. They weren't doing the other things other kids were doing. Just kind of goes on and on with these things. And that's one thing all these have in common, is all these guys got bullied as kids. Now let's take a quick look. I'm not sure when this came out. I want to say it came out in 2017, so it's been out for a while. It's got a lot of good reviews in here, even from NPR and Time Magazine. So ones you've heard of, not some of these, I don't know, comic book cavern reviews, or even Indie Comics Jones. So you got like 2 pages of these reviews in here. It's by the publisher is Drawn and Quarterly. Let's see if we can get a price on this. This was given to me as a gift. In the U.S., it was $30. Canada, it was $36. I'm pretty sure it's probably still about there, and there's some more reviews. Even Josh Whedon chimes in on this one. But yeah, it's not like a real pick-me-up story. Let me just put it that way. It kind of goes through his early life. Most of it is related to his unrequited love, with some humorous stuff in there as well. With his brother sharing a bedroom and the things they went through, and the growing up in an evangelist Christian home. He seems to make peace with himself by the end, but what really makes this book work is the art. It's nice sequential art. The writing's not bad, but we get a lot of the same things, that we're used to seeing. There is a kind of sad underlying theme where I guess where his younger brother gets sexually molested by a babysitter, a male babysitter, who just happens to be a teenager, and just kind of little weird things like that goes on. And you kind of take a look at this, see what the art looks like. Here's his babysitter, and they make him out to be a monster. which he probably is for any small child at that age when someone, a teenager's taking advantage of them in that kind of type of way. But they kind of go through. He meets this woman named Laura, I believe that's her name. His name's Craig. It's because this is biological. I'm totally messing this up, but as you can see, there are his brothers sharing things, getting mad at each other, fighting, and by the end of the book, they've kind of made peace with each other and are actually getting along. Now we get a chance to take a look at his love, Laura, and they actually never really go all the way. She's from a very Christian family as well, but they share time together. They sneak off together. They sneak off sleeping together, but no full-on sex ever happens. Just kissing and some bare-chestedness, I should say, between the two of them, and that's about it. But it kind of drags in spots as they're kind of going back and forth with this relationship. During the day, they can't really show their affection. It's only when they're alone that they can show affection. So, yeah, it's interesting book. It is a recommend. It's not Watchmen, which is my favorite graphic novel of all time, but it is still pretty good. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. There's like just some really neat art in here, though, as you can see. Some of the things he goes through. And as a young man, he feels like he's never really going to grow up. He's always going to be watching everybody else grow old. So there you have it. That's my short review and update on for blankets here. I hope you enjoyed it. Just see, I got a phone call coming in right now too. So hopefully I'll get some more videos done. It's really tough. I've just been packing and getting rid of stuff, and it's been taking all my time. I am working on a project. It's actually on Booksy. It's a novel I'm writing. I'm trying to add a chapter a week on top of everything else that's going on. So if you want to check that out, the name of it is Alliance of Strangers. So if you type that in, it'll come right up. Raiders of Kalnir is the subtitle. So Alliance of Strangers, Raiders of Kalnir. It's kind of a Game of Thrones inspired story. Okay, so that does it for us today. Please like, please subscribe if you haven't. Please leave comments if you wish. And we'll see you next time at the Temple of Tomes. This is Indie Comics Jones bidding you adieu.